it's Mike from Party 4 Crafts back again. Today I'm going to be using the XTool P2 for the very first time. This laser has not been fired up yet. I'm trying to see how easy it is to learn, so you're gonna watch me try to do my first job on it, and then I'll compare it to over here. I have my GYK Cloud Pro and my Glowforge Pro, and I can talk about how the three compare as far as ease of use goes. So first I'm going to be using the XTool Creative Space, or XCS as they call it. I'm not going to show much of that now. I'll do a separate video just about XCS. So all I've done so far is I've loaded it up into the machine. I've told it what I want it to do with the black layer and the red layer. So I told it for the red layer, I want it to cut, and I want it to cut at a power of 70 and a speed of 20. I'm just guessing at those settings because for some reason it won't let me choose a material. I thought I could choose a material. I have just 1/8" MDF in there, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, and I'll figure out how to do that later. And then parts of this, it's a duck earring design with dangles on it, so parts of it are also engraved. So when I click on layer 2, and when I come over here, I tell it to engrave, and I'm going to be doing it at a power of 60 at a speed of 200, one pass, 100 lines per centimeter, which is about 250 lines per inch. A little high, but it'll be fine because it's a tiny engrave. So now I click the green process button in the bottom. I wait for a preview there to come up. And then up in the corner, there's another process button, and I click that. It says ready. Press the button on the device to start processing. So one other thing I didn't show you, let me go back and do that over again. I didn't show you the autofocus. So when I click on the bed, right here, there's a little button that when I hover over it says aimed measure. That's autofocus. So when I click on that, and then I click on the area where I want it to autofocus, I'm going to be fast to move over so you can see it. I click there, and then the head moves over. You'll see a red laser come on, and it just measured the thickness of the wood. And there it is. It says that it is 0.1 inches thick. Okay, now I'm going to go through that process again. Process. So I clicked process there. Click process here. It beeps to tell me that it's ready to go. The button has turned blue in color, and here we go. My very first job on the XTool P2. Before I go though, it has a little digital display here that shows you the temperature and whether the door is locked or unlocked and how you're connected. So I'm connected via USB and the door is unlocked. As soon as I hit the button, that door should lock and I won't be able to lift it anymore. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. That's it. It's finished. One thing that I've noticed is that the XTool did not come with a crumb tray. It came with these that they pop out. They're like these rails, and so my stuff fell down through the rails. But that's okay. Since it's my first cut ever, the stuff is just sitting there at the bottom, and I can just pick it up. So I'll take those out gently so that I can get them, and the poor duck's head is there at the bottom. So there's that piece there. Looks like it did a good job. And then I'll see if I can pop these pieces. They just fell out on their own. I didn't even have to pop them, and here they are. So there's the 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of those earrings. Now I could adjust those settings a bit better, and they would work even better. Looks like a little extra smoke. And the reason I held the phone over to the window is so you can see there was a pretty strong air coming out of that exhaust hose. I was pretty impressed. I was a little worried. This hose is tiny compared to the G-Wikey Cloud hose, and it's even a little bit bigger than the Glowforge Pro hose. So it goes XTool, Glowforge, G-Wikey from smallest to largest, but it did a good job clearing the smoke, and you could see it was blowing the bushes around outside, so the air was pretty strong. You could also see in there that it did have the air assist that I featured in a previous video. It was blowing the smoke away and helping the cut look better, and I think it did a good job. I think that was a success, and I look forward to testing some of the features that we've talked about in the past, the automatic pass-through and the engraving on uneven surfaces, and seeing if this 600 millimeters per second engrave speed is reasonable. In the future, I will be testing all of those claims as well. Also, in one of their live streams, they engraved on a toothpick. So I want to try some really crazy things like that while testing their close-up camera and how good its alignment is. But just using the camera alone, no jig, they showed that you could engrave on a regular sized toothpick, and we'll see how things like that go as well. All right, I'll see you next time. It's Mike from Party of Four Crafts.